Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Good to see ya. We'll be doing a masterclass this morning on health and happiness. Got something in store for you. And also mini reads as well. One question readings. If you want one of those, you can book one in. Whether you're on here live with me or whether you are watching the replay, you can still do it. If you're watching the replay, I will just do it in the next show. I'll do your reading right at the start of the next show, like I'm about to do some readings now. So who's booked in with me? Lorna. Hello, Lorna. Thank you so much for booking in. Lorna asks, will Warren decide to leave his current situation to be with me anytime soon? Let's see. Warren. No, not soon. Let's get some cards out. Lorna. Where's my bottle of water? Oh, I should have washed this bag. Things start smelling weird when it's rainy season. It's when you find out that things have got mold on it. Because the rest of the time the aircon's on. The aircon's still on, but it doesn't do a very good job of taking the moisture out of the air when it's rainy season. Okay, right. Lorna, you've spoken up to Warren, right? And so this guidance is for you to refocus yourself now. Let him go ahead and do it. Refocus yourself. Get on with something else in your life. Don't be so focused on Warren anymore. Your attention to Warren at the moment is kind of hindering. You know, put it this way. If Warren's still got access to you, then there's no point in Warren making a change because he's already got access to you. But if he doesn't have access to you because you've told him, then Warren is more likely to do that, you know, to put up or shut up kind of thing. So the best you can do now, I am heard. If you haven't already delivered not an ultimatum, a boundary, delivered a boundary, you need to do that. And then you need to kind of withdraw yourself from Warren to see if they're going to do it. Because generally, hey Sharon, generally people don't if they don't need to, especially something difficult like that. Anyway, yeah, so you're encouraged to refocus yourself, and it's going to be really hard because you think that if you take your attention off them, they're going to go off. Well, if it goes off, that's a good thing because it shows that their heart really wasn't in it in the first place. But yeah, the best you can do now is speak your mind if you haven't already. If you have already, then know that you've been heard and then withdraw your attention from the whole thing. Not a blocking or anything like that. I wouldn't go that far, but I certainly would be upholding a boundary there, saying it can't go on like this, you know. Which is interesting because the answer was no, which suggests to me that you're not going to do that in a hurry, or if you do that, that then Warren is going to get into action, you know. And there you go. Next up we have Nikki. Hey Nikki, thank you so much for booking in. Good to see your name pop up again. High self-guidance on the artwork I'm creating. Feels like a powerful catharsis in progress. Deep feeling states with amazing intensity I've not felt before. Nice. So, guidance, high self-guidance on Nikki's artwork. I do like your artwork, Nikki, of what I've seen. Touch and completion. Little bit of completion. What needs finishing? Are you doing cards? It's not one picture that needs finishing. It's a project that needs finishing. Are you doing cards? I can't remember if you told me that. If you are, get on with that. Ooh. But what about this catharsis? Oh my God, Nikki, you got freedom and sex. You know, when I'm doing energy healings, the sexual center, sexual energy and creative energy, it's the same thing in the body. It's the same thing. It's our creative center. You probably know this already, Nikki. And that the focus away from relationships helps our creativity, doesn't it? And focus on relationships takes away from our creativity. It takes the same energy. It takes the focus away from that. And so, yeah, nothing about the catharsis, but your higher self saying, yeah, get that project finished. It feels like cards to me. I can't even remember if you told me that's what you were doing. Often, Nikki, you message me in the night, and then I either see your message in the middle of the night thinking, I'll read that when I can focus, when I can actually focus, because you know how you are. Eyesight in the middle of the night, it's not so good. The phone is dim and stuff like that. Or I'll see it first thing in the morning and I'm busy getting ready for my day, and so I don't have the time to look. So often I'm not paying that much attention just because of the timing of your messages. But yeah, if it's that, well, whatever it is, that project, it's the same, finish it, finish it, finish it. Interesting. So I wonder if the catharsis is something to do with like finishing stuff. Is it? I don't know. And we have Shelley. Hey Shelley, you're on here live. Shelley, excuse me. Is it time to move to a new home? The energy where I am now is so stale. Sounds like it, doesn't it? Sounds like it is then. I mean, that's a sign, isn't it? Stale energy. No. Guides. Prove me wrong. Make me look like an idiot. Rest and lovers. What? Stay where you are. Rest. Lovers. That suggests to me that it's not time to move, even though you're feeling it and it is time to move. You don't want to make a move now because lovers, there might be someone coming in. Or have you got someone already? I don't know. And things might be changing. Let's find out more. Criticism, follow my knowing. Interesting. Yeah, so that stale energy, those signs that you're getting to move, it's true. Hey Terry from Montreal, Canada. I'm in Thailand. Koh. Got Brenda in today. Brenda the feral cat. She's getting less and less feral now. I haven't seen worms for a while, though I've not wormed her. Because it's rainy season and she's in a lot. It's just been, yesterday was dreadful. I didn't go out at all. No, I did. I ran to the office in the rain and back to go and pick up a parcel. It's not good. Anyway. Criticism, follow my knowing. You're getting the signs already that it is time to move. So this is complicated, right? What this is saying is, it's not just yet. It's not just yet because there's something about you and someone else that might be news to you. But it's got that feeling. It's like when I moved to a house and signed a lease for 1 year on it. And then like 3 weeks later met my new partner and I only spent about 4 weeks in that house. It's something like that. Hey Nikki. Yeah, you're here. Cool. You're creating an oracle deck. Just finished the gratitude card. Well, there you go. Finish that. Shelley, are you here too? Who else have we got? Arabella. You're back. You're back with that same question. What does Llewllyn want with me? The same question. I remember you asking this question before. That's about Llewllyn. Are you on here live, Arabella? Shelley. Llewllyn for Arabella. What does Llewllyn want? Okay. Interesting. Respect and find a new approach. This is for you. Okay. Bit of disrespectful energy going on here. We teach people how we are treated. And if we put up with stuff, then people will do stuff, you know? If we don't put up with stuff, then people won't do stuff. So there is something here. What does he want with you? Whatever he can get away with is what I'm getting here. And you're letting him get away with things. So you need to find a new approach of, you see, when we're respecting ourselves, we'll hardly put up with any kind of garbage from other people at all. Very boundaried, you know. People have to come in at a very high level. And so, yeah. Find a new approach. Boundaries. Boundaries are coming up a lot lately. Wait and patience. Okay. You've obviously got something going on with Llewllyn, and you're giving each other the right lessons at the moment. And your lesson at the moment is to have some boundaries, to respect yourself and have some boundaries and uphold those boundaries. Llewllyn's getting away with stuff at the moment, which is why Llewllyn is hanging around, right? There's something you're not getting. Hey, Aurora. Your little one's changed your name. Oh, no. You click on, it's in Google. It's like Google settings is what it is. Arabella, there you are on here live. Good to see you again. That's yours, Arabella, so you got that live. Hi. Who have we got now? We've got Maria. Hi, Maria. Maria asked, was my psychic art that was done by a medium, a mediumship spirit-led art, or psychic art done from my reading, my mind, wait. Was my psychic art that was done by a mediumship spirit-led art, or psychic art done from reading my mind and energy? Interesting. So a mediumship spirit-led art, or psychic art done reading your mind and your energy. I'm just trying to decipher the difference between the both. So was she reading your energy or reading a spirit's energy is what you're asking, right? Is there a big difference between that? I don't know. Because your energy is connected, right? Okay. But I know what you mean. Okay, so was the medium reading Maria's energy? No. So it was proper mediumship. Let's get some cards out. But I think there's a fine line there. I think there's a fine line between both. Person she drew still alive. Yeah, well, that's okay. I mean, it's when we're tapping into energy as a reader, we're tapping into the higher self's energy, right? And it's not like when you're incarnate, you don't have a higher self. And it's only when you die you've got a higher self. That's not true. The spirit version of ourselves is always there. So, is someone dead or alive when we're doing a reading? Hard to tell, really. Hard to tell, but sometimes actually easier to connect with someone when they're dead. For me as a reader, that is, but it might be different for other people. Right, so I can see why you thought that is it she or he? I don't know. Reading your energy. Yes. So they were connecting in with the higher self of the person that they drew. It's your higher self having some fun with you here. That's what's going on. Because the cards, I pulled some cards out and I'm trying to figure it out. Play and be with the nature. It's your higher self having some fun with you here. It's like a opening mind kind of thing. That's why it opened my mind to consider this question, because it's like, what is the difference between them really when you think about it? What is the difference? Because there's not, us muggles, we think that there's this, you know, clear line between alive and dead and us and our spirits and stuff like that, and there's not. It's not as clear cut as you think, especially when we're talking about spiritual work. I mean, I'm not reading human energy when I'm doing these readings. That would be hard, I think. Like you say, the mind reading thing, that would be hard work. People probably think I'm doing that, but I'm not. I'm just going straight to the higher self. Way easier. Higher self just tells me what. And you've got, is it true in romance? So obviously the one that they drew, it has you thinking, right? It has you thinking. There's something in it. Definitely something in it. And no, not reading your energy, but reading the connection between you and this person and getting in touch with the higher self of that person. Maria, is your answer. Arabella, you got your reading, there you go. Don't need to send you the link then. And Shelley, are you on here live, Shelley? I'm not seeing you. I will send you the link. I've got in here. I think I've done them all. Does anyone else want one? If you do, you're on here live, book yourself in. Okay, so we've got Lorna and Shelley I'm sending the link to. Oh, that was fun. Thank you, everyone. Let's get some cards out for health and healing. I want to talk about feelings today. It's been brought to my attention by my guides and by circumstances recently. Oh, it's you, Shelley, Aurora. You talked about changing your name, but I didn't know who you were. Cool. So we've only got Lorna missing. Not present and correct. Oh, that saves me sending emails after this. What was I saying? Yeah, feelings. Okay. I touched on it a little bit in today's tarot, saying about addictions, about drawing boundaries with ourselves. It's, it doesn't charge, my mirror doesn't hold its charge. I'm using it as like a light for these videos there. I got this mirror. It's got a light around it. Very, very dim right now. It's charging. Not holding the charge because I'm using it like not as just a every now and then putting it on. I'm using it as a, because it's always there, so I might as well use it as a light while it's dreary. I'll plug it in. So feelings, yeah. In today's tarot, I mentioned about having boundaries with ourselves. Hard enough having boundaries with other people, but the boundaries with ourselves, it requires a certain amount of honesty, you know, honesty with ourselves. Now, the reason I want to talk about feelings is it's been coming up for me. I talked about it a little bit in the last few shows as well. And last week when I had a sad day, or was it the week before? I had a sad day and I just sat with the feeling. And then the day turned around and things got really good. It was a couple of weeks ago, I think. And I got back into the flow, and I wasn't trying to change that feeling or anything. I just sat with that feeling. Now, the reason that these two things are being highlighted to me, talking of health and happiness, our feelings are very important. And having boundaries with ourselves is due to addictions, whatever addiction it is that we've got. Currently mine is playing a game, but it used to be alcohol. There's things we use, and the only reason we have addictions, whether it's food, sex, focusing on something, filling our lives up with other people, alcohol, drugs, smoking, what else, you know, you name it. We've got so many, scrolling, you know, it's to avoid feelings. The reason that we do those things is to avoid feelings. And it's kind of become acceptable as the norm, hasn't it? Like everyone's doing it. Everyone's just ignoring the feelings. Let's go for a drink. That's what we do on a Friday. We're all tired. We're all sick of work. Let's go for a drink together. It's like the whole world is doing it. Using addictions to ignore the feelings that we've actually got. There's this like, oh, I don't want to feel this. Let's ignore it instead and do this other thing instead. So there's so much of it going on. And the thing is about feelings, when they come up, even if it's positive or negative, what we do it naturally when it's positive feelings. We feel that feeling. And it dissipates. Because we haven't got an aversion to positive feelings, right? So think what happens when you get a positive feeling. You feel it, and then it dissipates. Now, when negative feelings come up, if we just to do the same thing, just the same thing, it's like feel it, and then it dissipates. What's the problem with that? Apparently, we've got a big problem with that because we don't want to feel those things and we want to do something else instead. We want to have coffee even. Alcohol, whatever, to not feel those feelings. Now, when we use those, that's why we need to have boundaries with ourselves to stop ourselves from doing that, because when we use those addictions to push down the feelings, we're pushing down the feelings. They're pushing down the feelings, and those feelings are going to come up, and they're going to come up, and they're going to be augmented when they come up. But if we just allow ourselves to feel those feelings, like we would with a positive feeling, and it dissipates, it lets it out. It lets it out, and it doesn't become a problem. So what is hindering us from being happy right now? Us stuffing our feelings down when it's negative instead of just feeling it and just letting it naturally dissipate, because it does. But if we're fighting it, we're fighting the whole universe, right? Fighting our feelings. We do tend to happiness, but not like excited, hyper. Excited, hyper happiness is what someone feels when they've been pushing down a lot of negative, and it after that it doesn't dissipate. You end up on the roller coaster, right? You end up with the opposite, like bipolar kind of thing. It's the extreme, right? I'm not talking about hyper excitement happiness like that. I'm just talking about a peaceful, contented, happy, like you see with monks, smile on the face, that kind of thing. And ourselves, we know that feeling when we're just like content, happy. That is what we're going for, and that is the natural state, and you see it in children. That's how we know. Can she draw your soulmate? Picture is very similar to a person I keep on getting synchronicities about. Yeah, that's the person that she's drawn. Yeah. Like massaging a sore muscle, needs attention. Yeah, that's right. It gets a little bit worse before it gets better, right? That's what it feels like with negative emotions. And it's really not that big a problem to sit with it. If we can just resist that urge to do whatever it is that we do to push it down. Right? And the reason that I say it seems to have been coming up with me is because on Monday it was Lucre Tongue and the weather was abysmal. Oh my God. After I finish this show, I look outside and the water is that deep, right outside of here. The staff moved my mat off the floor because it was floating away. I've got like one of those plastic welcome mats. It's not mine, it's the resort's, but they put it on the below my bottom step to kind of take the sand or whatever off my feet before I walk up the stairs. It was floating away, so they put it on my bottom step, lifted it up. The weather was so bad, and it was Loic Raton Festival, so a big party at the pier, and I'm like, it's not going to happen. But it did stop raining in the afternoon, but I didn't trust it. Anyway, I started to feel, one, I didn't want to drink. And I knew that all my friends would be drinking. That's what happens, is everyone buys like supermarket bag full of cans of beer and share it around. My group of friends, when it's this festival, they were all doing dancing on the stage, and so they'll be like drinking a lot to hype themselves up. And it was going on, but I wasn't going. And that was part of it, is like, I know, I get into those positions, and the reason that I will have a drink along with them is just, it's just a little bit of social awkwardness, that's all, that goes away when I have a drink. But that bit of social awkwardness, that feeling that I get, isn't that big a deal. But at the moment, I can't trust myself not to. When it's all around me and my friends are going, here, have a drink, I can't trust myself to say no. I can't do it. I can't do it right now. I'm not strong enough. Because I also do have a good time as well, especially with them, but I didn't want to. So that's my little... I need to face that, right? The social awkwardness, it's not even anxiety anymore. It used to be social anxiety. It used to be more of a fear. It's not that anymore. I've sat with it enough that it's not hyper anymore. But I need to do it more, right? I need to feel it more, because my point is, when these negative feelings come up and we don't ignore them, if we don't push them down, if we don't do that thing that we do to ignore it, if we just feel it, it dampens, it seems to take with it some of the emotional energy that we had pushed down previously. So talking about my social anxiety, that I would, like since I was a teenager, I was covering it up with alcohol, because that's what my parents were doing. Highly anxious parents, to the point of narcissism, and that's what they were doing too. They were doing alcohol, and I started drinking alcohol when I was like 12. They were giving it to me, wine with a meal, and so I started drinking. It's like, oh, this takes away that horrible feeling, and I carried on doing it. And so there's been a hell of a lot of pushing that shit down. That social anxiety down. It's like I never needed to feel it. It's like, I just have a drink instead. You know, and since I've not been doing that, when that feeling comes up, it gets less and less and less and less each time. That's my point. So what is your feeling? What is the feeling that you don't want to feel? Is it really that bad? Or can you sit with it and can you let it get less each time? Because that's the way we're going to be happy. You're welcome, Sharon. It's interesting, isn't it? Especially for us empaths. Feelings. What are feelings? What are reactions? And what is us tuning in and feeding other people? And what is the difference between that, you know? We're more sensitive. More sensitive people are more likely, I don't know, you see everyone doing it really, avoiding, more sensitive people are more likely to heal. But, you know, it's just so accepted, isn't it? Everyone's avoiding. Everyone's doing it, avoiding those feelings. So, stick around, because if you wait it out, I'm going to get one of these out for everyone, as usual. For some of you, you don't even realise I'm doing this because you don't stick around to the end of the show, but that's what I do. Everyone that sticks around, they get a Brucey bonus. Bruce Forsyth, right? Let's get some cards out. So we're talking about feelings and that health and happiness. Not knowing if it's your energy or if it's others, because we do feel the energies around us. We are vibrational beings, and so we pick up on energy around us. But what if we can pick up the energy around us and be okay with it? Like with my social anxiety, the reason it was so strong in me was because I was around people that weren't good to me, right? And so there was a fear, and that was a correct fear of the people around me. I couldn't trust them, they were abusing me. So I had a fear of other people, which led to social anxiety, and I had alcohol to numb that down so that I could function and be around people. So it started out as a correct fear, and then I learned to be around better people. So there's no need for that fear to be there, and so I needed to get myself in those situations and realize I've got no need to fear these people. And so the anxiety, it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. That's why now I call it awkwardness, a social awkwardness. That's all it is, social awkwardness. Being a bit different. Everyone else is drinking. I'm a bit different. I'm going to say no. You feel awkward since you quit drinking. So now it's awkwardness, isn't it? It used to be proper anxiety, real fear of people. Now I can handle myself. Quite frankly, now I can handle myself, and I don't need to be scared of anyone. Thank God for kickboxing. I've got the King of Wands. King of Wands is the energy of us claiming what it is that we want. It's got something to do with feelings. I'm picking cards out for us all. Let's get some more cards out to see what they're going on about. So I wonder if that awkwardness is going to go away. It probably is. If anxiety can go to awkwardness, I'm sure awkwardness can dissipate too. That's the good thing about me socializing just in the gyms now, because of course alcohol isn't involved, although a lot of the people there, because pot is legalized here, a lot of them, like, if they're not training, because it's the gym that I go to do Muay Thai, it's also a hostel too, and they'll sit around and they'll be smoking pot. It's so weird. I go training at 8 o'clock in the morning and they start smoking pot 8 o'clock in the morning. It seems bizarre to me, but there you go, pushing those feelings down, right? But me going to the gym and socializing, sure, I might feel the awkwardness at first, but as soon as I start moving my body, I get that high, I get that, I'm fine, then I'm fine, and I feel good. It takes it away. Addiction, right? It's excitement as a jagged sine wave as opposed to celebration being flow state sine wave. Yeah, there is a difference. I didn't use the word joy for a reason, because joy is a heightened state, but it's still flowy. I know exactly what you mean. It's not the hyper. I've got a friend, and she's got bipolar, and she was having a down point, and it was while I had the cold a few weeks ago. I had that cold, and she was messaging me, trying to get my attention while I was really not feeling very well at all. And I told her, I'll get back to you when because I'm feeling really ill right now. And I just couldn't. I couldn't give her the energy. I know she wanted me to lift her up. I just didn't have the energy to give. But that, ooh, hard. She gets hyper. It's great to be around when she's hyper, but it is, like, intense. Intense. So different than joy. Joy is very flowy, like you say. It's a high state, but it's flowy. It's not jarring. What else? Weed makes you feel ill. I can't have it. Hope. Interesting. Willingness and hope. There's really something in this. If we can't figure it out, especially if you're dealing with an addiction and it's like, I can't get past this, the thing that I do, in order to sit with the emotion instead, just be willing. Be willing. You see, hope and willingness is the same thing, kind of. I hope for this to change. I'm willing to just experiment with this. You see, for me, I'm getting really strongly now. I need to go out and not drink and just be willing to go out and go, oh, okay, what am I feeling now? What am I feeling? Just being willing to try it out. Because sometimes we've actually done a lot of work to get over something and the feeling isn't that bad, but we've still got the addiction in place. Because addictions are there, especially when we've got stuff to heal, right? We've got stuff to heal and it's too overwhelming to allow ourselves to feel those feelings. So we carry on with the addiction, which is like helping us get over it or get through it, deal with it. And sometimes when we've done that underlying healing, we just need to be willing to just try. What am I like without that addiction? Faith over hope. Yeah. But willingness, just being willing, like, I don't know if I've got this and I don't know if I can do it, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to try feeling that feeling. So I'm just getting really strongly, and I was getting this last night when I was trying to fall asleep, which is why I only got 5.5 hours sleep last night. I never do that. I never think about these shows. I always just like, in the moment, do it. But last night, my guides were on to me. Feelings, Claire. Talk about feelings tomorrow. And especially this King of Wands. The King of Wands energy is the, I know what I want and I'm going to go out there and claim it. So if you've got any feelings that come up when you think of that, when you think of going for the thing that you want, or the person that you want, or the money that you want, or the job that you want, or promotion that you want, that feeling that we get of like, be willing to face that. Be willing to feel it. What is this feeling? Oh, that's interesting. I felt something bad then. What is it? It's stronger than you think. So it's not like hoping that feeling goes away. It's not hoping that we're going to bypass it even better than we've bypassed it before. That's not what we want. We want to actually feel happy. Not just get really good at bypassing, right? Because there's been a lot of that in spirituality. You guys, I'm going to start a new channel. I'm going to start a new channel to shift my pick a card reads onto that channel. I don't know what to call it though. It's going to have like tarot in the name and pick a card or something like that. I don't know. You've got to... It's one of the reasons that this channel doesn't do very well, because it's called Be Healing and not Be Healing Tarot. It's like you've got to like put everything like on a plate, and even the videos I've got like that. That's why I put like timeless tarot now in the pick a card things. It's like you've got to say exactly what it is. Not even that, but when I'm doing the editing of the videos, when I'm saving it from Final Cut Pro, I save it with like a really specific long name, like pick a card read, love, soulmate, you know, tarot. I've got to put it all in that too, because the SEO, it's looking at what I called the video when I'm saving it. So no like PCD or something like that, which is what I would call them before. So I'm starting off a new channel just with the pick a cards, just to separate those off and see if I can get it like working a bit better, really. Oh, Tower. Pure bravery to face our fears and push ourselves to feel. It is, right? Feelings are everything. Give momentum to our thoughts. Yeah, and it's our power. It really is our power, our feelings. Oh, if we've got clean energy, right, and so that we're happy, we've got good feelings, then we have a thought. Imagine being completely healed and being completely happy and calm and all of that, and then manifesting from that place, then thinking of something, and you don't have any little like devil on your shoulder telling you you're not good enough and you can't do it, and you've not got anything like that. You've just got a feeling, and then you feel really good when you have that feeling of, oh, getting that thing, going for that thing. It only feels good, like a child would when they're wishing for something before they've been told. A child, before they've been told by the parents that there's not enough money for that you can't have that, and you can't, you know, before any of that bullshit gets taught to us, only having a good feeling. That's why we're trying to get ourselves to. where we don't have any voice of dissent within ourselves. We're like, you can't have that. You shouldn't even want to have that. It's the root of all evil, don't you know? You having that, you'll just become evil. Oh. This tower. It's not good, is it? It's not good. So go for claiming what you want, and then be willing to see what comes up, right, in the feelings, and feel it instead of ignoring it. And then, something falls away. But what if it's a good thing that falls away? What if it reveals some bullshit that's going on inside of ourselves and that falls away? That's the tower. That's a good thing. Or better still, it doesn't work, and then we have an aha about ourselves. It's like, I've got this negativity about myself. Even better. Yeah, there's time. There's time, Nikki. I like this. I like this because I like doing inner work, and I like healing myself, and I like uncovering these things. Some people don't like it. Some people are like, they don't want to go there. There's a makeup lady that I follow, Tara Lynn. She's so lovely, and she has been having a really hard time. She's not posted videos for ages, and then she posted one saying what a hard time she was having. She's never had therapy or anything. And she was talking about her childhood and all kinds of things. And she said, I haven't gone to therapy because I don't want to put this on anyone else. I'm not the kind of person that puts this on anyone else. I'm here to help everyone. I'm the rock, and I nurture everyone else. And in the comments, I'm like, go to therapy. That's not how it works. You're not putting it on them. The therapist, if it's a good therapist, of course, knows not to take it on. You're not like hindering them. Just considering it. There's an aversion, right? A lot of people have an aversion to going there. But when we go there, it's just like it can get lifted so fast. Shelley. Oh. Shelley, how do I know who's the right partner to have sex with? It's tricky, isn't it? I feel like I want to experience a bunch before I decide, but also don't want diseases. Yeah, I want the right partner for that. How do I know who's the right person? Is the person coming in the right person? It's tricky, isn't it? I, myself, have become way more picky. Can't remember the last time I had sex. Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, it's good to be really picky, I would say. Not just because of diseases. Two, I don't want balloons, but two, I'm very clued up now on my health and how important the microbiome is, how important it is to take care of the community that is this body, to the point of I'm trying out different toothpaste at the moment because I can't stand natural toothpaste, but I don't want fluoride anymore. And I don't want fluoride not because it's a neurotoxin, because I don't think it's really affecting, the neurotoxin part of it is not really affecting me. It's not in high enough quantities, especially because I don't drink it in water and stuff. But it's because fluoride toothpaste affects the microbiome in your mouth, as does mouthwash. Don't use that anymore. So I'm trying all these little trial sizes of natural toothpaste that I can get at the moment, trying them all out. Microbiome. Because when we know we take on the energy when we have sex with someone, right? So it's important to choose right. The woman takes it all on. We also take on the microbiome. Anyone that we kiss or have that interactions with, we take on the microbiome too. you know, right? They've done these experiments in mice. They'll have like an obese batch of mice and a lean batch of mice, and then they take some poop out of the obese ones, put it into the lean ones, and the lean ones get obese, even though they're feeding them exactly the same thing all the time. And so it's not just about fatness and thinness. The community that's in our body is very important, and it's not just what we eat, it's any kind of interaction that we have, the things that we're using. It's not good to be too clean either. So I get you, but what do you guys want to say? It's tricky. Willingness and service. What's that got to do with sex? Oh, okay, forgive self and face the situation. Right. Careful. Shelley, this is saying willingness to service. Whenever this kind of energy comes up in any kind of relationship thing, be very careful, because this is you being willing to go there with someone that's nowhere near your energy, you're nowhere near a match to you, because you're willing to help them out. So this is you being attracted to people that have got lower energies. All the more reason not to go there, if not just for your microbiome. Very picky. Yeah, I'd rather be by yourself, Sandy, I hear you. Absolutely, it's sacred, and it should be, right? So yeah, just because I would really reel back from that. And I know it's tricky. It's easier once you go through menopause. It is easier once you go through menopause, because we don't have those same urges. In fact, I had a very weird thing happen last week. I don't know if you noticed. I probably covered it up really well, but I started getting spots. I had one here. I've got one on the side of my neck at the moment, and one on my cheek and up here. And it's something that used to happen before my periods. And then I started feeling hormonal, like in the last few days. And I had a bit of a period yesterday. That's another reason that I didn't go to the festival. I was all bloated and like, what the hell? And it was definitely hormones. It was definitely hormonal, because I had like the lead up to it. My last period was 14 months ago. This is not meant to happen. I was Googling it, and it's like, no, if there's like bleeding post menopause, it's not a period. This was a period. Felt like a period. It had the spots before it, and that I had like horny feelings like the day before, and it's like, what's got over me? It's hard to resist that, but we gotta use toothpaste. Yeah, and it makes our blood pressure go up. Toothpaste. Fluoride toothpaste and mouthwash and stuff like that. I won't use it anymore. Trying different ones out anyway. We've got this brand that's available here. I can't remember what it's called, but you can get like packs, of all the different flavours. So I'm trying it all out. So Shelley, be careful, because that willingness and service is that you're willing to help people out. You're willing to go there, to go with people that are lesser than you, to help them out. Don't be. If you have those urges inside of yourself, do a job like mine, help people out like that. Don't do it in relationship. Don't get into friendships with them and try and help them out. Don't get into sexual relationships with them and help out. Try and help them out. Forgive self and face the situation, but forgive yourself for doing that. Yeah, so yeah, there's a need to hold yourself more sacred. Don't go there. Turn around 800. Don't do it. Right, okay, it was why you feel the need to move, right? And there it was, you had the lovers thing. You've got something going on here. You've got a story going on. You're in a catch-22 situation, Shelley. And because of the story that you've got going on. You've got a story going on that has you not being able to manifest either of them. That's why the Lover card came out. You're not waiting on someone. You're waiting on yourself, letting go of that story. So what am I talking about? A catch-22 situation. A catch-22 situation is when we've got two conflicting stories going on that keep us unable to go either way. So you've got one story and it's got something to do with lovers, and you've got one story and it's got something to do with you moving, and you're not allowing yourself either one of them because the stories conflict. Eight of Swords job this is. How are you keeping yourself trapped? We do this all the time. We're like, I feel like I'm doing it at the moment because people keep on saying to me, just start a new channel. Your channel should be doing really well, but it's not. Just start a new channel and put the same videos out. The videos that you're putting out onto the new channel, which is why I kind of don't want to do that. You see, I'm telling myself a story that I don't want to do that. My business is more important than the channel and numbers and stuff like that, for sure. And there's something in it. When I talked to somebody ages ago about this, she said, but your channel, it's got like thousands and thousands of videos. You can see it's been there for a long time, and I'm going to get a reading off you because of that. If it's a new channel and it's got high numbers, it's a new channel and I'm not going to trust them. So it does work for my business. Anyway, you see, I've got these stories going on and it's keeping me trapped into doing what I'm doing. You've got the same thing going on, Shelley. Figure out what your Eight of Swords is and change your story. Like I've just been saying, when we feel happy, we can want to manifest something and claim it. Go, I want this, and we can, like, you know, put our order into the universe, and we've got no stories coming up saying that we can't have it. You've got stories coming up saying you can't have what it is that you want. So what is your ideal, Shelley? What's your ideal? What do you want to happen? At the moment, you've got stories of what you don't want to happen. The 800 men in the town, and it's like, no, I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want to live where I am. Try telling the story of what it is that you want, and then see what comes up. See what the stories are that come. Truth paste from Amazon. So that's you, Shelley. Nikki is next. High self-guidance on my egg dream vision a few nights ago. Ooh, egg dream? Nikki, you got include and that says let go of the past. Trapped in unsatisfactory relationship on many levels. I'm trapped in singledom, but it feels great. Nikki, what is this? Include and let go of the past. Let me get more cards out. It might make sense. Egg dream. I can just see that this card. It's not that one, but that's got an egg. There's eggs in these cards. It's not the one that popped into my mind. The one that popped into my mind was not that one either. It's going to be the last one, isn't it? No way. I didn't see it. It's like her coming out of an egg. Or am I thinking it's like two cards together? Anyway, there's like a cracking egg and a coming out of it. Maybe I'm making it up in my head. A card that doesn't exist, but I'm putting two pictures together. Egg dream. Why doesn't that exist? I can see it really clearly in my mind's eye. Eggs on a peace card there too. It's this one. It's this one. The egg with the key. Happy, happy. I thought it was more of like being born out of it or something like that. Anyway, it's about you fitting in, or not fitting in, being like left out. Joy in time alone, but isn't it good to be left out? But oh, I'm left out of the people that are my people. But it feels so good to be alone. What has that got to do with an egg? The card that I saw, it wasn't that happy. It's kind of like that happy, happy, but it was more of the breaking free out of an egg. It's like being born, being reborn. I don't know what your egg dream was, but there's something here about black sheep, removing yourself, excluding yourself from the people that aren't for you, and then being reborn around the people that are for you as a new person. Does that make sense? Based on your egg dream? I hope so. Who's that? Oh, I thought there was another one in, but there isn't. That's what we've got. Let's get some cards out for everyone that's left here. Maria wants one. Manifestation cards. It's a new deck that I've got by Rhonda Byrne. The secret manifestation cards. Pop a message in. It's your treat for sticking around till the end. Maria first. Maria's card is proclaim it to create it. To speed up any manifestation, think, talk, and write about your desire in the present tense only. I have all the money I need. There's no past or future for the law of attraction. If you proclaim it as existing now, the universe must get very busy very quickly. Proclaim it, Maria. That's Maria's. Sharon. Sharon's next. Who else would like one of these cards? Sharon. What does Sharon need to know? For manifestation. So now you know how to be like truly happy, so that you can have cleaner manifestations, but know that you're probably going to get like a tower moment from being willing to go there. But that's good. Tower moments is good because we learn and we release. Okay. Sharon, you were born a creator. You know, a lot of us, when we're here to master manifestation, we're actually born that way, and they call us dreamers at school, and they tell us to stop looking out of the window because we're already we were more likely to have like extravagant play and stuff like that too in our minds, you know, to make believe play, that kind of thing. You're born creator. You're here on this glorious planet endowed with this wonderful power to create your life. There are no limits to what you can create for yourself because your ability to think is unlimited. Were you told that you thought too much as a kid? It's that imagination is something that we develop when we know that we're a creator when we're born. And get back to that. Get back to that. I like that. Mandy. Mandy's next. Mandy G. Don't forget to click like on this video, everyone. Don't forget to be commenting, subscribe and all of that. Be commenting on all the videos that I put out to get you. Oh, it's nearly the end of the month. I never know when it is because I do my dailies in advance. On Friday's show, we'll be picking out the winners of the free readings. Okay, Mandy G. Live in joy. Humanity needs your joy, and now you know what joy is. Planet Earth needs your joy. The universe needs your joy, and that's why you're here. Find what brings you joy, start living it, and you will have fulfilled your purpose. It's a rebirth. That's exactly what I saw, Nikki. You're coming out of but it was just like those cards. It was like the card that she's not made, an egg cracking. And like that happy, happy card. Isn't that weird? I've got like an image of a card but it's definitely like from that deck, but it's not one that exists, apparently. You're an air sign, always lived in the fantasy world. You were born with it. Me too. Always very, thinking too much, yeah, but imagining and asking those deeper questions, even when I was a little kid. I remember yellow. I used to have trouble with white and yellow, deciphering them. And my mum trying to teach me which was white and yellow. Of course, I was very young at the time. She got tea towels, and then there was those rubber things with a cross in it, and you'd poke the tea towel in it, and it would hang up on the wall. And she was teaching me in the kitchen the difference between white and yellow. And I said, or maybe I didn't say it, maybe I just thought it. How do I know that what you see as white is what I see as white, and what you see as yellow is what I see as yellow? I already had this concept that we have very different experiences of the world. Yeah, it is sweet. Terry's next. Terry. It's not Terry's, it's mine. I should get myself a chocolate orange. They're not very nice though, are they? I remember them as being nice, but I usually get myself one for Christmas, just to feel Christmassy. Okay, Terry. Focus is everything. Everything. It's not. Feeling is a lot too. If you're thinking about it, if you're talking about it, you're inviting it into your life. Ooh, careful what you're focusing on. Yeah, and it's just so easy, isn't it, to focus on the wrong things. We're just so negative, aren't we? We're so negative. We've got these nervous systems and these subconscious minds that try and protect us. And so if there's anything negative, our subconscious and our nervous system goes, oh, focus on this. It's not good for us. Yeah, color perception. It's got to be different, right? It would be bizarre to have someone else's experience of the world. It's going to be very different. It's even like when people say, aliens, well, they look like a certain thing. Well, what we're really doing is picking up on energy and putting an image of that on it. So, like with cats and dogs and stuff, if you went to another planet and they had these animals, you'd probably think, oh, that's a cat or it's a dog. It wouldn't be, it'd be something else, but it'd have similar energy to that. You know what I mean? So if you'd never seen a fox before, you'd think it was a dog. Aliens, they look like people. Because we pick up at energy and we think, oh, person. But look again, it's not a person. Nikki. Leave the past behind you. Interesting. Interesting because of what your cards just came out at. Leave the past behind you. If you focus on the difficulties from the past, you just bring in more difficult circumstances to you now. It's tricky, isn't it? Because we do need to look back in the past and decipher things to learn from it. But there comes a point where we've got to stop looking back. If you hold a grudge or blame someone for something in the past, maybe it's not as hard as that. Maybe it's more making sense of something in the past. That negative energy harms you, especially what we were talking about. Black sheep kind of thing. You might be keeping yourself apart from your true people now. Let it all go, no matter what it is. Do it for you and watch your life get better in every area. Interesting, right? Incessant daydreaming, yeah. And I used to have some friends that could keep up with me in my play. Spaceships was my thing. I remember it being out in the playground, and Dawn, she's not alive anymore. She died early, 18 or something, 19 maybe. But she used to play these spaceships with me. She would get it. She'd get it. I had these elaborate imagination thing, and it would be an ongoing saga each time. The story would go on. It was like a play playing through me. I already had. It's like me writing books now. It's that gift, you know, of. It is a gift. Okay, a card for me, and then I'm out of here. I will be making a pick a card read today. I better go out while it's not raining and get a new flower. So check that out. Any ideas? What are your ideas for a name for my pick a card read channel? Because I do want to. I got 2 cards. I do want to set that up. Your heart is the seat of your power. This one's for me. Your heart is the seat of your power. Here's a way to instantly stop a downward negative spiral. Focus on your heart. Breathe in deeply, keeping your focus on your heart, and concentrate on feeling love in your heart. Breathe out while keeping your focus on feeling the love in your heart. Repeat this a total of 7 times. You'll feel more peaceful, you'll feel lighter, and the negative thoughts and feelings will have stopped. Oh, I wonder if this is the antidote to the awkwardness. And happiness attracts happiness. It sure does. It's a simple formula. You must be happy now to bring everything that makes you happy into your life through the law of attraction. And how can we be happy, like truly, truly happy? Well, by seeing what comes up and feeling what comes up that's not that, and just allowing it to be. It's like, oh, I'm not truly happy. That's okay. I'm on my way to happiness. There we go. That's what I've got for you. Thanks everyone for coming along and for all of those. Wow, there's a lot of one question readings this morning. Love it. Let's do this all over again on Friday. Friday's show is going to be about love and relationships. Let's do that. And I'll see you then. Have a great one, everybody.